At least 18 miners are believed to be trapped underground at the Impala Platinum mine that is in Rustenburg. Our reporter Zinhle Kanyane is out there tonight for us, and she's got the details on the story. Zinhle, good evening. Firstly, let's begin with what you are seeing on the scene of that mine. What is happening?
Well, the situation is actually quite quiet here, Kathy. We understand, we spoke a little bit earlier to Impala Platinum spokesperson, Johan Theron, who confirmed the incident, that there was an incident that happened almost at the middle of the night, last night, and he said that there were no injuries that were reported to them as the company at that time. However, when we spoke to AMCU President Joseph Matunjwa, he then alerted that there are in fact 18 miners that are currently still trapped underground, and we understand proto teams have been working around the clock to try and rescue these miners. Out of those 18, Kathy, 5 of them are actually injured, and we are told by Matunjwa himself that doctors were able to penetrate and make their way through to those miners underground, and we understand they are being treated as we speak, and they are stable. But now the question is, how are they going to get them out of there? We know that earlier from our sources, that earlier on this morning, proto teams actually had to escort some of the miners that were trapped for them to exit the mine through a nearer shaft, which is 12 shafts. So as it stands, I think the focus right now is how to get these miners out. But the information that we have is that there's only 5 of them that are actually injured right now.
Zinhle, based on the conversations that you have with both Mr. Matunjwa and the spokesperson for Implat, the information that they've given you in that conversation is very contradictory. Are you saying that Matunjwa is effectively saying that Implat lied and is lying about what has been taking place at its mine?
Well, you know, Kathy, I can only just say what I have heard and what I have heard from these 2 sources. We did speak to Impala Platinum's spokesperson, and he said that no injuries were reported to them at that point. And he said this is something that happened early in the morning. He really painted a picture almost like there's nothing to worry about at this point. But when we spoke to AMCU, they gave us a totally different story. We will try and get the spokesperson again to verify these facts that we have gotten from AMCU. But as it stands, you are correct. We are getting 2 different stories from 2 people that work very closely with the mine, and it's ironic because we are supposed to get the same story from these 2 contacts.
Do we know what the level of activity on the actual property of the mine is today? I mean, are there miners that are worried about how their colleagues are doing?
Well, according to some of the sources that I've spoken to, I was told that there are family members that are inside the mine premises that are waiting for their loved ones to come out. We've spoken to some other employees, on what exactly is happening on the ground. That was before we went into the premises of the mine. But there are concerns, Kathy, definitely. And as I told you, contacts of us have told us that in fact it's not just miners that are worried about their colleagues, but in fact family members are inside the mine waiting for the rescue of these miners to be brought to surface so that they can see the condition of their loved ones, they can confirm how injured they are or not.
Okay, well, we're going to have to leave it there for now, Zinhle, to give you more time to actually get to the bottom of what might be going on here. We'll also reach out again to Implat to find out if these numbers that they're working with are in fact correct. We'll also get in touch with the local emergency services in Rustenburg so that we're able to bring a much better picture of what's unfolding there. But as far as we've been told, several miners trapped underground. That's the word from AMCU, but as you heard from Zinhle Kanyane, the mine is saying something completely different.